Back inside Rodney Stadium, second quarter just about underway. Chucky Keaton, the offense, scored on the previous 2 possessions. Start on the ground. Keaton going to take it himself, trying to get wide, does get the edge. Picks up maybe 2 until he's pushed out of bounds.
You got to believe that Keaton may have played against a bunch of these young guys from Texas State, coming out of the Houston area.
Look at the comparison here between Utah State and Texas State in terms of what they do total offense, defensively. And you see Utah State pretty impressive in all facets of the game. Texas State, one of their strengths certainly is special teams. We really haven't seen that as Keaton just throws it away on this near side. But boy, the last 3 games, Utah State has been on a tear. We talked about they're averaging 46 points a game, well over 500 yards of total offense. And
you see the emergence of Chucky Keaton. We could go 340 yards through the air. But this time, and again, the evolution of a quarterback on the roll, even though it's 3rd down, it's all right. You're up 2 scores. Throw it away. Don't take a turnover or a sack. Force the punt and let your defense come back out and play.
So here's Erickson from about the 12-yard line. A very good returner, leads the WAC nationally ranked. And you can see why. Just tripped up at the 29-yard line. Andy Erickson averages 18 a kick. He's got a long of 54 on the return. It's just tremendous special teams. Of course, coached by Coach Franchione's son.
Yeah, Brad Franchione, the former head coach at Blinn Community College. Quarterback Cam Newton at Blinn to a national championship at Blinn College, and then obviously on to Auburn, where he won the Heisman Trophy. But Brad has got the linebackers and the special teams are doing a nice job.
Erickson had 17 on the return, 1 off of his average. Rutherford and Fackrell and Vigil also out there and on the stop.
And you can see it there. Wait, slow play the quarterback, and then when you make your decision, attack. And that's what Fackrell did on that play. Sort of strung it out to the sideline, and then attacked him and took him to the turf for a 1-yard loss. Young redshirt freshman is going to be one special player. Already is. Making plays all over the field, but by the time he's a senior here at Utah State University, he may be breaking all sorts of records.
Movement on the lines. Let's reconnect now with Brooks. What do you have for us, Brooks?
Hey, thanks, guys. I'm standing here with Scott Slaymaker, the founder of Wingers. So you talk about those yummy wings. You know they've done me pretty well. Wingers, of course, one of our great sponsors. It's done a great job of taking care of our crew and keeping us fed. Scott, let's talk a little bit about Wingers and what the new platform is here with Wingers.
Well, we actually are fortunate just to be able to acquire the Logan Wingers from a franchise partner of ours, and we're in the process of remodeling. The next little bit, it's going to be a new Wingers Roadhouse Grill. Very exciting.
So when you talk about the Roadhouse Grill, something new is hand-breaded chicken. What's that all about?
Well, it's actually just a better product is what it is. It's a fresh daily hand-breaded chicken fingers, and if you've had them, there's nothing quite like them. And there's a lot of other new items on the menu too. I mean, the chicken and waffles, you got to try if you haven't had it. I know it sounds weird, but it's really good stuff.
I know my buddy Michael up in the booth, he's a big fan of the chicken and waffles. Whenever we go there, I know he likes the chicken and waffles. Now, you're a big Aggie supporter, a big Aggie fan. What's your thoughts of the game so far?
Well, obviously, Utah State's an explosive team. I think the defense is going to shore some things up here pretty soon. But I think over time, they're going to wear them down. I'm looking for a pretty good win for Utah State.
All right, thanks, Scott. It's a pleasure, and we love our wings. So let's keep that coming with Wingers. Guys, back up to you.
Chicken and waffles, don't knock it unless you've tried it. It's terrific. It's an interesting combination. It's very tasty. Now, this was a 3rd and long. Rutherford able to get a lot of this back, but again, Utah State defense doing its job getting off the field.
Do you put ketchup and syrup on it?
No.
How do you do that?
No other condiments. You just have the syrup, and it's sweet, but it's good. You got to try it sometime.
It's our first look at Will Johnson, kicker, punter extraordinaire, NFL-style leg.
Cameron Webb with the fair catch. 12:43 remaining to be played in the first half. Utah State still leading Texas State 14-0. Wants to go to Aggie basketball games but are unable to attend every game? Check out 5 different mini ticket plan options Many plans include the West Coast package and Saturday package for only $60, the WAC weekend package for $45, the Gosner tournament package for $40, or the Aggie football basketball doubleheader package for only $30. To order or for more information, visit UtahStateAggies.com. As this pass is caught on the far side, Chuck Jacobs. First time we've called his name this afternoon with the reception. Kind of quiet last week, 2 catches, 20 yards. Makes his 27th catch, though, of the season.
You called it a week ago. 12 different Aggies catching balls in that game against Texas San Antonio. Excellent timing on this route. Another thing that this young quarterback has improved on, his ability to throw on time.
There's Williams trying to get him going, and he's got one man to beat. Kerwin Williams caught at the 6-yard line, but an explosive play. Another one by Williams came in leading the team with 18 explosive plays, make it number 19.
Simple read, and we've seen this over and over again. His ability right there to read it and then get to the outside and let his receivers make blocks for him. And that's one of the underrated things about this Utah State offense is the ability of Matt Austin, Chuck Jacobs, Cameron Whip, others to make blocks down the field that spring big plays like this one for Kerwin Williams. It seems like he has one every game of that sort of length.
Gain of 60 yards. His 7th explosive run on the season. I'm going to give it to him again inside the 5. Stacked up at about the 3-yard line.
Had a 68-yarder a week ago. Remember the opening play against New Mexico State 2 weeks ago? It took a screen, went about 75 or 76 yards. It seems like every play he gets in space and makes a big play.
I need to correct myself. Now 13 explosive plays in the run game. He's got 6 in the passing game. So
19 total big plays, explosive plays.
Plays over 20 yards. Leads the team in that category. Here's Keaton. Flush from the pocket. He can run it in, and he dives, and he's got another Utah State touchdown. Chucky Keaton, the sophomore quarterback, is playing brilliant football here in the month of November.
Brilliant football throughout the season. The decision-making, this one had the flat open early, but wasn't quite ready to throw. As he rolled here, right there, he thought he had it early to Bartlett, right down here at the bottom, but then was sort of bottled up, took off and ran and uses his feet. We've seen that many times over the last 2 years from that young man as well. He is a multi-threat, and as he learns to continue to throw like he is now, he's almost unstoppable.
4th rushing touchdown of the season. Penalty marker down. See if they're going to make him re-kick or what they're going to do here. 11:09 left. Utah State by 3 touchdowns. Welcome back inside Rodney Stadium in Logan, Utah. Salt Lake Express scoring drive, 4 plays, 72 yards, 134 clock. The longest drive they've had in terms of time consuming. It's been 2:14. It's ridiculous how fast and quick they get up and down the field. Speaking of the Aggies.
And big plays. We saw the career-long 61-yard reception from Keaton to Austin. The big 60-yard run from Kerwin Williams. So the ability to march down the field and then make big chunk plays. And Matt Wells, the offensive coordinator, has told us that I don't care how long it takes us to score. Let's just score. We don't necessarily need to sustain drives. Let's just score points.
The bench route on the kickoff. Nicely done. Another touchback. So Texas State will begin from the 25.
And now if ever there was a need to score for Texas State, sort of got that feeling of possibly getting really blown out here unless they can put something together on this particular drive.
Rutherford 7 of 10, 65 yards and 1 interception. Caught in the backfield. Nielsen and company there.
And it feels like that the Utah State defensive staff has sort of dialed it in a little bit now. The opening 2 possessions for Texas State were able to march down the field a little bit, especially on that opening possession. It's thwarted by the Will Davis interception. And now the defense making the adjustments to this pistol offense.
Top defense in the WAC. Kevin, they're only allowing 14 points a ball game. That's, anything under 20 is normally good. That's fantastic. There's all sorts of trouble in the backfield, and again, I don't know, maybe a half yard, and that's about it.
And you mentioned it. For the first time since, what was it, 1983, the last time they gave up less than 20 points a ball game, if I recall? Something to that effect. I mean, it's remarkable across the board. And we started out talking about the Utah State defense 3 weeks ago, but it has now been complemented by this potent Aggie offense.
That 1963 team only gave up 9 points a game.
I think I said 83. It was 63. Wow.
Well, no, 83 was the last that told teams below 20 points. But the 63 is the best overall defense. Rutherford goes down again. The fourth sack. And it's Jordan Nielsen, young man out of Skyview.
Called B.J. Larson and Jordan Nielsen's name all game long, getting pressure. Second sack of Rutherford here in the first half. As we called 3 weeks ago, 13 sacks in that game against San Jose State. Read it perfectly, and just it looked like they were trying to set up the screen. Just broke it through.
They'll play about 8 to 10 defensive linemen, fresh, all going after the quarterback, and you can see it's certainly paid dividends for this Utah State defense. Again, so stout on third down, number 1 in the WAC. And again, giving the ball back to the offense. 9:22 left. First and 10 here for Chucky Keaton. Let's check in with Brooks.
Hey, thanks, guys. You've been talking about Chucky Keaton and how good he's been playing all year. He came into the game with 2,355 passing yards, close to 3,000. The Utah State hasn't had a 3,000-yard quarterback since 2002. It was Jose Fuentes. So hopefully they've got one this year, guys. Back upstairs.
Yeah, outstanding, Brooks. I thought that was a very lofty mark for Chucky Keaton to get, but he's got a chance here as Texas State does a nice job on the screen. Williams buried at the 46. But if he keeps going, came off a 340 performance a week ago at Texas San Antonio. And he certainly has a chance with the way this offense is going. A lot of credit to Coach Wells, too.
No doubt about it. Told us early in the season that he wanted to try to take more shots down the field, and we saw that already with Matt Austin in the first quarter. He's letting this young man develop, and Chucky Keaton's rewarding him.
Austin slips down, the knee went down, and good coverage out there on the edge. That's our buddy Daryl Morris. Made sure that even if Austin would have kept his footing, wouldn't go very far. Sets up a 3rd and long now coming up for Utah State.
Although I think the Aggie staff thought that Austin had something there. If he could have gotten out of that tackle, not slipped, he could have had a big play down the sideline.
Utah State 1 of 2 on third downs. This go 12 yards. And Williams won't get there. Perhaps just back to the original line of scrimmage. So the Aggies squandering field position there, but let's see if Bennett, whose first punt went 57 yards, if he can pin Texas State inside their 20, which he's done a nice job of that this season. Speaking of Bennett, 24 inside the 20-yard line.
And there you see big number 19, Chase Harper, who plays both ways, tight end and defensive end, staying at home and making the play.
Take a bounce inside the 10. Look at this thing. Perfect by Bennett. He'll be down at the 5-yard line by Vigil. So when you come back, Texas State ball at the 5, trailing by 3 touchdowns. 7:41 left in the first half. So we thought it was going to be Texas State ball at the 5-yard line, but instead a personal foul on Texas State has given Utah State a first down now at the 39-yard line. So it wipes away that brilliant punt by Bennett, but I'm sure he doesn't care because the offense has possession. Look at the penalty yards. One-sided. Keaton. Williams went off his fingertips, would have had a first down.
How good is this young Chucky Keaton, though? Again, the one-man route with Matt Austin on the outside. Had a little a corner back to the post route. Was bottled up. Keaton spins back out to his left and throws a touch pass that Kerwin Williams certainly should have hauled in for at least a first down. And he's making all sorts of plays out here this afternoon.
2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Keaton going to keep it on a run. Trying to get a block and does by Bartlett. Still going. Spinning his way to the 24, 23-yard line. So Keaton, an effective rusher as well as passer. You mentioned it. That's a gain of 17, close to an explosive play, but he is one of the top quarterbacks in just his sophomore year. He's up on that list in Utah State history.
And watch him coming this way here, and now watch him put the blender on right there. Defenders in the sort of the blender with his feet. So making plays with his arm, with his feet, and with his mind, and with his eyes. I mean, he's becoming a very complete quarterback.
And keep it again. Wide open. Caught. Touchdown, Aggies.
And now he has his third touchdown pass. He's accounted for all 4 touchdowns for Utah State here in the first half.
And the first touchdown reception by Bruce Natson, who wanted one a couple weeks ago at San Jose, finally gets one here in front of the home fans.
Scat back, 5'7", and wide open. Defenders lost sight of him. He's only, like we said, 5'7". He sort of gets lost out there. It looks like a little bug running down the sideline.
Yeah, he is not big like Keaton, the celebration. Everything's going well here in Logan. The extra points is good. And it's now 28-0 Utah State. 54 yards. Remember, that was kept alive because of the Texas State penalty.
And Utah State, as we mentioned, 89-6 in the first quarter. Well, in the first half, 171-45. Make that now 199-45 in the first half. It's absolutely remarkable how this team has started games this season.
And, of course, all the credit goes to Coach Anderson and the job he has done. I know he's 2 games under 500, but he has changed the culture, something Coach Francione, I think, can appreciate. He's done that. As you see, Natson's touchdown, first time here in 2012.
Excited. Found himself wide open, and Keaton just had to make sure he got it out there to give him a chance to catch it. But you're right. This culture, it just feels so different.
So the Salt Lake Scoring Express, and we do emphasize Express is so quick. Keaton, of course, his third touchdown pass of the game. He's accounted for 4 because he had that one rushing touchdown. And he just saw on the screen one of the best returners in the WAC, if not the best returner in gains, but he's been neutralized by the special teams unit of Utah State. They were challenged by the coaching staff. Hey, listen, Texas State, that's one of the strengths of their team. They lead the WAC in several categories in special teams. And so far, it's been Utah State special teams that have outshined Texas State, at least so far. Still 6:52 remaining in this first half. They'll stay on the ground, churning his way across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Good pickup on first down for the Bobcats.
It's Marcus Curry, and you saw this shot of Coach Dennis Francione. 3 and 4 coming in, first year in the league. And I think at this point you're 28-0 down. Maybe at this point you say, let's go back to what we are, who we are, what we do, and let's just try to improve on what we are trying to become. They told us before the game that they felt like Utah State was going to be the best team that they played all season long, especially on defense, even better than Texas Tech, who they played at home earlier in the season.
Nice run by Rutherford, the quarterback, up to the 44-yard line. Well, the one question they had is they didn't think Tech's offense was as good. 28 first half points. It looks pretty good to me. Of course, Texas Tech out of the Big 12, they beat Texas State 58-10 in San Marcos there. Another look.
But you get a sense that this Aggie offense is starting to be able to do that on a weekly basis as well. Very different offenses than Texas Tech's. I mean, they still have sort of that red gun, that Raider gun down there, but Utah State's so effective on both sides, the running game and the passing game, with the emergence of Chucky Keaton.
I believe this is Franks. Across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Texas State making that transition from FCS to FBS. So they're 5-20 all time against the FBS going back to 1986. 2 of those wins against Idaho, which they beat earlier this year, 38-7. Their first ever conference game.
Saw a little bit of that game and very dominant in that ball game. And they were tough last week against San Jose State.
As you mentioned, they led at half.
So, I mean, there is talent. A lot of young guys on that offensive line, a couple of redshirt freshmen.
Rutherford again, close to a first down. I believe he's going to get it. Okay, Cowden in on the stop. Utah State. Yes, 8 times they've had Conference Players of the Week. We've talked about Chucky. He's won that 3 times. Of course, Fackrell had twice back-to-back. Number 1 red zone defense, number 1 rush defense, number 1 total defense, number 2 total offense. And that's saying something when you've got San Jose State and Louisiana Tech in your conference. Louisiana Tech, they're averaging 52 points a game.
Remarkable. Put up 57 against Texas A&M. Gave up only 15 today to Mississippi State.
Good coverage that time. Will Davis coming in already with interception. Another pass defended. He came in second in the WAC in passes defended. Look at the senior out of Spokane.
I think what the scouts like with Will Davis is his timing, his ability to read a play and then make a cut and a break on a play. And this time, it was a bang-bang play right here on the outside on the slant route. Tried to pick him off, and right there, bang-bang play. It could have gone either way, but
might have been a touch early, but hey, you know, the superstar, is he getting superstar treatment maybe? I don't know. He's certainly fun to watch, no question about it. Movement. Looks like right part of that offensive line for Texas State.
Boy, this has hurt them a couple times.
Ball start. Number 53. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
It's been the timing of penalties as well. I mean, the one, you had a 3rd and 4. Looked like you were going to score, moved them back for the interception. Then you stopped this prolific offense at midfield. You're going to get the ball back. Personal foul. Let them score on that. So the penalty yardage, it's 46 on Texas State. That only tells part of the story.
You're exactly right. The timing. They've got a good drive going here. But when you get yourself in 2nd and 15 and 3rd and long, it makes it awfully difficult on your offense to convert.
Rutherford. Timing just not there in that play. Under this near side. Incomplete. Milburn. Intended receiver.
And pressure coming again on Rutherford. And I think it may have been Jordan Nielsen again. Sort of keeping that outside leverage and contain and sort of hit his arm. It looked like he almost hit his arm as he threw the football.
Well, the freshman from Smithfield has had quite a game so far.
Called his name several times. And now 3rd and 15. Now this is a pistol option running option team. 3rd and 15 is not something you practice a lot of.
Texas State 3 of 7 on 3rd downs, in trouble. Just trying to throw it away. Didn't want to make the mistake there. I think that's a good decision. Saw pressure was coming. And Texas State again would punt the football away, and Gary Anderson's defense holds again.
You know, this team is so well coached. I'm not sure what they do. It'd be interesting if we could get a replay of what the defense does. They shift right before the snap, and they get in gaps. And it feels like, and it seems like they often will get unblocked pressure on quarterbacks all season long. They've been able to get pressure.
Cam Webb calls for a fair catch. See what Chucky's done. Oh, nice job staying with that play. And boy, finding again a myriad of receivers. This time a tuck and run. Chucky accounting for all 4 touchdowns. This one to Heidi Bruce Stetson, corner of the end zone. 4 minutes left. Clearly plenty of time for this offense.
They score 3 times. The way that they go up and down the field.
The longest in terms of time consuming drives, 2.5 minutes. Beyond again, really, Williams just had that one big run going backwards, nowhere to go. I think this is McCulloch, the junior out of Midland, Texas.
I think the play was really made by Jamie Clavel Head, though. A big defensive lineman strung it out. Williams had blockers out in front, but there's Clavel Head right there that showing great speed down the line and then allowing his teammates to pursue. And give credit to Bobcat staff and players. They're still playing very hard.
2nd and 14. Inside 3.5 to play. First half, Keaton. All sorts of time. Not going to run up. 15. Slides down to about the 18-yard line. Chucky taking what's there. Saw people were covered. Wanted to get something on that second and long play. Did a nice job.
See Tyler Chase, the safety, in his sights. Watch this. Tyler Chase right there. He's got him lined up. And here's another evolution of a quarterback. Normally we wouldn't see him slide. This time he knows and recognizes how valuable he is to his team and takes it to the slide to avoid the big hit.
Keaton 5 rushes, 37 yards in that touchdown. Here's Williams. This will be close. I think he's got the first down. So a nice play call here on the 3rd and 4 to continue this drive, not give it back to Texas State.
You know, interesting on this play. It may have been one of the longest shovel passes I've seen.
I was going to say.
It looked like Kerwin Williams got 3 or 4 yards downfield, and Keaton really had to pitch it to him. But it did get the first down.
Time of possession has not meant much this season to Utah State with that big explosive offense that they have as Williams across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. So they're still able to get yards on the ground attack. So we're inside 2 minutes.
Interesting on this play. I want to show you the patience right here from Kerwin Williams. He'll take the handoff and then just sort of look down the field down this way. Look at him look down the field and then search his way through. An excellent play by Kerwin Williams, reading the defense.
Keaton again, deep ball to Jacobs. Jacobs makes the catch, stays in bounds inside the 20. Caught from behind at the 5-yard line. What a catch and run by Chuck Jacobs. Utah State back in business, leading by 4 touchdowns.
And another great read from Chucky Keaton. He wanted to see short on the curl route to Travis Van Leeuwen, but then he got it outside where he saw Jacobs had a step on Morris, and then Jacobs all him after that one, making the play, making Morris miss, and then getting it down the field.
Gain of 64 yards, so another explosive play out of the passing game.
3 plays of 60-plus here in the first half of this Aggie offense, and they look like they're just having a blast out there, having fun, pitch and catch, playing with all sorts of confidence. There's that pass down the sideline again. Again, he wanted to go short to Van Leeuwen, saw Jacobs, and another terrific decision from Chucky Keaton for that big play down the field to Chuck Jacobs.
Career long reception for Jacobs at 64. Keaton's pass caught by Austin for another Utah State touchdown.
You know, this is so fun to watch. This is a slow developing skinny post from Matt Austin, and what it tells me is that Keaton is developing more confidence in that front 4 to give him time. He waited, and Austin really didn't run hard on his route. Sort of slow played it and then exploded to get him some space beyond the linebacker coming across into the end zone for the touchdown.
Austin's 5th touchdown reception of the season. Extra point, perfect by Utah State with 46 seconds left. It is now 35-0. So efficient, so explosive. Now you got to get your mind right and play a second half here, but boy, how do you not look forward to that Louisiana Tech matchup? As look at these Salt Lake Express scoring drives, 7 plays, 88 yards, 2:14 o'clock, and big play to Jacobs, and then Austin puts the finishing touches on the drive. Keaton now accounting for all touchdowns.
But you know that Gary Anderson will be in the half preaching that we've got to finish. We've got to play a full 60 minutes. There's some things we can work on, guys. I know it's 35-0 right now, but there's some things that we can do. Don't let them look ahead 2 weeks.
Keaton 13 of 15, 211 yards and 4 touchdowns. Also has one on the ground. Just super work by the super sophomore Keaton.
3-time WAC Player of the Year or Player of the Week, including the rating.
Let's watch it again with the reaction here by Keaton.
It was a nice job by Austin, sort of slow playing and then exploding beyond the linebacker and getting into the end zone. And then watch Chucky after the play. Think he's having fun? That's a young man that's very confident and having a lot of fun playing the quarterback position.
out of Houston, Texas. Went to Cypress Creek High School. As you mentioned, probably knows a handful of these kids playing for Texas State. And they'll start on the ground here. This is Marcus off that far side. They'd like to get him more touches. Marcus Curry.
Good run by Curry. McCade Brady coming up from the safety position, had him in the hole, and he took a little jab step out to the right and got to the outside. A nice run by Curry.
Curry had a nice game against Houston. 14 carries, 131 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's the last time, though, Texas State, they've had a 100-yard rusher. Rutherford's led them in rushing in 4 games this season. Connor Williams in on the stop. Williams, one of 46 Canadians on FBS rosters. It took an adjustment because, in Canada you play with 12 guys on the field, not 11. But Coach Anderson said he's a self-made kid, steady Eddie, the leader on that defensive front. There's a lot of personalities, and he's able to do a good job controlling, I guess, those personalities. But just a pleasure to talk to. Start out as a linebacker, but because Utah State plays that 3-4, he plays the defensive end. Let's go down and check in with Brooks Hansen. Go ahead, Brooks.
Hey, guys, just talking with Coach real quick. Coach, what's your thoughts about the first half? I know you had a really good first drive, ended in the turnover to get to the kids' hands.
Well, the turnover, few penalties, too many big plays.
All right, what's the adjustment? What's the adjustment for the second half?
Hopefully we quit doing those things.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck. Guys, back upstairs.
Okay, Coach Francione, you can expect a little disappointed for sure. Expected to be in this ball game at least at half, but it's been all Aggies. Utah State leading Texas State 35-0. They'll come back with halftime after this.